If you're someone who's thinking of going into electrician or plumbing, I've got good news for you. By the time you finish watching this podcast, you will have enough information to be able to make informed decision. Contrary to what you may think, the process of becoming an electrician in the UK is not that hard. The average electrician and plumber earn more money than medical doctor. You heard it right. They earn more money than medical doctor. Today in the studio, we've got someone with us today who's got more than 16 years experience in the industry. This person has agreed to come and share his knowledge to inspire you. Without wasting your time, can you kindly introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello, my name is Chris. I'm 40 years old from Bulgaria.
Chris, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming to speak to us at the Launch Club.
Thank you.
Okay, you have been in the UK since 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please explain to the audience what were the steps and processes that you followed to qualify as a certified electrician in the UK?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, back in 2019 when I started, the process was pretty straightforward. You need to get a couple of short courses, which of them was taking from 3 to 5 days, and you need to pass several exams. So the courses were 18 edition wiring regulations here in UK. Then you need to get the inspection and testing course, which obviously you have to, carry out tests after you finish the jobs. And then the other one was building regulations here in UK. And back then, this was enough for you to sign up to those regulation bodies here in UK that gives you the ability to sign off jobs, and then you can do bigger jobs like rewiring houses, changing consumer units, introducing new circuits, stuff like that.
So it took you 5 days,
Not really. It took me probably around a month.
a month.
Well, it used to take me a month if I go one to another. I was having some breaks in between them, so for me probably it took like 2-3 months.
Okay.
But it depends how dedicated the person is and how fast he wants to go. He can just get them in like, let's say 2-3 weeks. Yeah.
How much did that cost you?
Back then it cost me, I think, around 1,500, probably something like that.
That's £1,500.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do the training within, did you say a month or 3 months?
3 months, yeah.
3 months. So 3 months training, £1,500, and you became certified electrician.
Well, it takes more time than that. After you obtain the qualifications, you obviously have to apply.
Yeah.
There are two governing bodies here in UK right now. This is NICIC, the National Inspection Council for Electrical Installation Contractors, and the other one is SNAPIT.
Yeah.
So you have to become a member, and my recommendation for everyone who wants to go through that route is, first, because things are changing all the time.
Yeah.
They are changing the expectations and the requirements for you to become a member of them, with them. And obviously my recommendation would be first to get in touch with them.
Yeah.
And find out each of those governing body what requirements they have for you. Because right now, since September 2021, they changed a bit. Now, I think for you to sign up and be able to sign off jobs in UK, you have to get level 3 MVQ diploma. And that will probably take you more, between 6 and 12 months, 6 and 18 months, again, depending on how dedicated you are and how quick you want to do it. And yeah, that's mainly it.
Okay. Chris, consider the fact that you qualified in 2018, 2019. Is that correct?
No, beginning 2020.
Okay.
I started that route end of 2019.
Yeah.
And I finished that route on February 2020.
So you qualified in February 2020, and within 3 years, you have worked for some of the biggest energy company in the UK, such as British Gas, OVO Energy, and SSE. What would you say is the secret of you within 3 years getting to the point where these companies trust you to do their work?
Well, I would say that the secret is just keep digging, keep trying to develop. I mean, the information is out there. You just need to. It's all around us right now. The information. So to be honest, it's people that gave me that information. But the process was pretty easy. I just need to apply. Once you become a member of those two governing bodies, you're considered a person who is doing a quality electrical job. So these companies, big companies, they don't have employees for everything. So
Yeah.
they try to outsource some business. And these companies, they sell packets to their customers, like it's like an insurance. So if something breaks in your house, they come and fix it for you just pay a membership fee, like, or a monthly fee. So they outsource that jobs to normal electricians, to subcontractors. So if you're self-employed, you can actually find it's not only these three companies, it's everywhere. There are lots of companies right now, they prefer to outsource business and jobs to self-employed people rather than keep employees and having to pay wages every month.
Okay. So if there's someone who is outside the UK who is considering coming to work in the UK as an electrician, what would be your advice for them?
Well, my advice will be first to research, like I said, and obviously get in touch with those governing bodies.
Yeah.
Then after he find out what they would require for him,
Yeah.
he would have to make another research for training providers here.
Okay.
Find out the best deal, and obviously when, because for some of the courses you need to wait.
Yeah.
When you book, you probably have to wait like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
On that. And there's another thing. After you obtain all these qualifications, you need to apply and with those governing bodies, and you have to wait there as well, because
Okay.
they will have to do assessment for you. And the next thing is you will have to find out somebody to help you out, at least with some experience here. Things in UK has been done different from all around the world. There's stuff here that's they done by their own way. Also these governing bodies, they will want from you to show a job, a big job, not a small job.
Yeah.
And that's a big challenging, because it's a bit like the chicken and the egg. You're
Yeah.
not allowed to do big jobs because you're not qualified yet.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you need to show a big job, so they can see that you have the skills to do it.
Yeah.
So in my case, because I didn't know anybody here
Yeah.
that can help me out with this, I actually spoke with my landlord.
Yeah.
So because the installation to the premise that I was living was old, I make a proposition to them. They pay all the materials. I rewire the whole place for free, and then
Wow.
I use that place to show the governing body when they come on the assessment.
Wow.
So that's how I actually solved that problem.
Okay. Quick appeal. Thank you so much for those that have been supporting us, and our membership is going up within up to 2,000% in the last 3 days. Please, for those yet to subscribe to our channel and Facebook and YouTube, please, we need your support. The idea behind what we do is to make sure that we work very, very hard to give marginalized community information to better their life. Because in the 21st century, ideas and information is the gold of information that you need to change your life. Please continue to support us. All we ask is for you to follow us, share our videos, because this video could be a breakthrough that someone has been waiting for. Chris, so you've explained what someone outside the UK will need to do For those already in the UK, for someone who's watching this video now, who is considering changing their career, either for themselves or for their children, going into electrician, what would be your advice for that person?
It was the same thing. It's the same thing. You just do some research. Like I said, it's obviously easier for them because they'll be able to contact over the phone rather than calling from abroad. And yeah, I'm a member of NIC. I see they're pretty helpful. They're very helpful. You have a dedicated call line support when you're a member of them for any questions you have when you're not sure, because regulations change all the time. You have to keep up with everything, but there is somebody to help. And on their telephone lines, if you call them, they will pick up, they'll explain you everything, they'll send you emails with lots of information, and it's the same process no matter if you're here or abroad. It's just find the appropriate information.
Good. For anyone living in the Berkshire area, this house where we're doing this podcast from was rewired by Chris. Chris also he also manages my other properties, and he's someone that I trust. You know, whenever I have any problem with my properties, I'll just call Chris. Chris is reliable, he's dedicated. You will not get another electrician that is as committed, honest, dedicated as Chris. So if you live in the Berkshire and Southeast area, I'm going to leave Chris' contact number behind the link here, his mobile number and email. So if you have any electrician work in the Berkshire area, please, Chris is your go-to area. I can put my reputation on the line for Chris. He would never let you down. He's competent, he's committed, he's honest, he's reliable. You will not regret contacting Chris. That is Chris.
Thank you.
So Chris, we talked about how to get into electrician. What would you say are the major challenges that you have encountered in your journey so far in the UK as an electrician, and how were you able to overcome them?
Well, the main challenge was to find out how things are done here. So obviously you have to find somewhere that you can gain some experience. At least for me, it was 3 months. That was a bit challenging, and obviously you cannot start learning how things are done here on people's houses without actually knowing it. And the way I did it was I found an electrical contractor in the area. So I just started asking, and I found that lots of them are looking for people, and they're willing to get you as long as they pay you on a lower rate, like for apprentice, for example. But couple of months are enough. As long as you have some background in the area.
Okay. So looking back at your journey so far, if you had a second chance to do everything again, would you do the same thing in terms of your electrician career in the UK?
Well, yeah, because I didn't spend too much money on courses. There were people I met on there that those companies that provide the training, they try to sell you more that you need. So my recommendation is do a good research. Talk to somebody who already went through that route.
Okay.
Because some people spend lots of money, like let's say 7,000-8,000, going on lots of courses, but
which they don't need.
Which they don't need to get qualified. They don't need it to get signed up as member of those governing body and be able to do big jobs and sign off jobs. But again, you get some new knowledge, you meet some new people. So that's not lost, but it depends what actually can you afford.
Good. Okay. Well, everyone is blessed with different talent. University is not made for everyone. the cost of going to university, the debt that you come up with by the time you leave university. If you think that you've got your children are more good in hands-on things, I think you should consider, with the information that Chris has kindly provided us today, you can look at the electrician option. The world has changed in terms of job security and in terms of the pay. Electrician is very, very good. It's something I would suggest you should consider, even if you are an over 20 who's looking at career options for yourself. Also, the information that Chris has provided is breaking down in a very, very simple way so that you can know the process to follow to fulfill your dream. I hope you have found this podcast useful. I hope you have been informed. If you have any question for Chris, you can send it to us on Facebook and I will forward them to Chris. And I'm sure Chris will be happy to help you. Thank you so much for your time. And Chris, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming to speak to us. And I hope the audience will find your kind and wise words useful. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Pleasure was mine.